Do you find yourself looking for new ways to simplify meal prep, but you're not sure where to begin? Well, you have come to the right place because that's exactly what we are going to cover in this video. My name is Tiffany and I am so excited you're here. I help busy millennials who feel overwhelmed in the kitchen learn new skills to create quick, healthy recipes with beverage pairing. Check out my link in the description below. Follow me on social media for daily tips, tricks, recipes, and inspiration. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping videos like this every week, and I would hate for you to miss out on the next tip or trick shared right here inside my tasting room. In this video, we are going to cover 3 time-saving products that are going to help you maximize your meal prep and change the way that you cook. But that's not all. I also have a super simple strategy to help you create the perfect wine pairing to go along with those meals that you'll be batch cooking. So be sure to stick around until the end. Let's get started. Now, the first time-saving power tool is the Deluxe multi-cooker. Now, this is a pressure cooker, but it is like no other pressure cooker that you have seen. This Deluxe multi-cooker has 16 different settings that are going to change not just the way you meal prep, but also cooking in general. Now, some of my favorite settings we are going to cover, but know that these are just a handful of the possibilities that you can make with this Deluxe multi-cooker. Now, like most pressure cookers, it has a sear and a steam. So sear is perfect for sauteing onions and garlic before you add in the rest of your ingredients. Steam is great for those garden fresh veggies. And steam is one that I use all the time because, let's be honest, no one wants to watch that water come to a boil on the stove. We've got other things to do. And so when you can just add the produce right to that pot in the pressure cooker, set it to the steam setting, and walk away. You can even set a delayed timer and have it stay warm for up to 2 hours afterwards. Total game changer and time saver. So that allows you to take better control over your schedule instead of letting dinner control you. Now, another setting that we use often in my tasting room is the beans setting. So you can take dried beans and rehydrate them in the pressure cooker in less than a half hour. Again, so much easier than waiting for that water to boil on the stove. But also, dried beans are healthier for you and cheaper than buying canned beans at the store. You have less preservatives and it's just the bean. So you get to control if they're seasoned, whether that is flavoring or salt, or if they are just plain. Plus, dried beans are cheaper than the canned beans, so you're going to save money in the long run too. And we can always stretch our grocery budget, right? Another favorite setting is the dessert setting. So yes, in this Deluxe multi-cooker, you can make your own desserts. One of my favorites is a raspberry lemon cheesecake. But you can also do individual size desserts in our glass prep bowls. So we've got prep bowls. There's also a fluted cake pan that fits inside the pressure cooker and a springform pan. So the possibilities are endless when it comes to those desserts. And unlike any other pressure cooker, this multi-cooker has a sous vide setting. Now, if you haven't cooked with sous vide before, it's basically using pressure and water. So with the sous vide cooking, you again set it and forget it. So it's perfect for those busy weeknights or long work days. Set it before work with that delayed timer and it'll be ready to go when you get home. And another great setting for that is the slow cooker setting. So this multi-cooker is not only 16 different settings in one, but it's also multiple tools in one. It's a pressure cooker, it's a slow cooker, it's a rice cooker, and it's a bread proofer. In addition to all of the other settings, the possibilities are endless. And if you're not sure where to start when it shows up at your door, it comes with a user guide with quick, easy recipes so you can get started with it right away once you take it out of the box. Now, before we jump into the second time-saving product that is going to help you maximize your meal prep and batch cooking, I want to hear from you. When it comes to meal prep, what is your biggest struggle? Drop it in the comments below. I look forward to reading these and helping you overcome that as we learn and grow together. Now, the second featured product that is going to help you maximize your time and energy in the kitchen with batch cooking and meal prep is this Deluxe cooking blender. So yes, this is a cooking blender, not just a regular blender. And this has got 8 featured settings plus a customizable setting that you can pulse to get the right texture that you are looking for. Now, like most blenders, this is perfect for those smoothies for breakfast or afternoon. But it does so much more than just blending for smoothies. It has an alternative milk setting, so you can make your own alternative milk. Most often with mine, I do almond milk, but you can also do rice milk, oat milk, and coconut milk. Perfect for those of you with any food allergies or dietary restrictions. And it does more than just the milk. Rice milk is perfect for horchata, so you can also do cocktails and mocktails in this blender. And when you have that leftover almond milk or coconut milk, you can turn it into nice cream. So a great dairy-free alternative to enjoy, not just in the summer, but all year long. Now, you also have a grind setting, which is perfect for homemade nut butters. So you'll simply take a jar of nuts, whether that's peanuts, almonds, cashews, or the nut of your choice, and you can grind it into nut butter. Again, putting you in control of the ingredients. So it's going to be healthier than buying that nut butter at the store, and it's going to be cheaper. A pound of almonds is a lot cheaper than a jar of almond butter. Plus, you're going to get a lot more peanut butter out of that pound of almonds than you will in the single jar of butter. Plus, little added tip here, when you make almond milk, going back to that previous setting, it's actually a no-waste recipe. You can use that leftover pulp and dry it in the oven or air fryer to turn into flour, or you can turn it into some almond crackers or dairy-free cheese. Little tip there. Another one of my favorite settings on this cooking blender is the soup and sauce setting. So you can make your own soups and sauces, perfect for batch cooking. You can make the full recipe so you've got some to enjoy that night for dinner or that day for lunch, and then you can freeze the leftovers in single serving portioned out containers, so it's a matter of just thawing at a later date when you are ready to enjoy it. Now, this is a great way to be using up that garden fresh produce as well. So think some cauliflower soup, potato soup, carrot ginger, butternut squash, so many possibilities, and it's going to help you stretch your dollar while also maximizing that meal prep and saving you time in the kitchen. Now, before we jump into the last featured product, I want to remind you to hit the subscribe button because I'm dropping videos like this every week, and I would hate for you to miss out on the next tip or trick right here inside my tasting room. Now, this last product is a little bit bigger, so we will just give you a better view of it, and that is this Deluxe Grill and Griddle. So it has got interchangeable plates, making it accessible for a year-round grill. So those of you in the Bold North like me, not always fun to go light up the grill in the middle of winter when it is 30 below. Thanks to this Deluxe Grill and Griddle, you can enjoy grilled meats and veggies year-round without having to battle that cold wind chill. Now, in addition to grilling, there's also a griddle setting and griddle plates. So this makes it perfect for a big breakfast or, again, batch cooking. So the grill itself actually opens up twofold so you can have two different trays. Or with the grill setting, keep it closed and it's going to cook the top and the bottom at the same time, saving you time so you don't have to worry about flipping those burgers and steaks halfway through. It's going to cook evenly and in half the amount of time. Now, in addition to grill and griddle, there's also a panini setting. This is one of my favorites for a quick and easy weeknight or weekday lunch, as well as a weeknight dinner. With the panini setting, you will use the grill plates, but as it is preheating in those 2.5 minutes, you are making the panini itself. So you grab your bread, your meat, cheese, sauce, veggies, whatever you want to put inside of it. It'll beep once it's preheated. Put your panini on there, close the plates. It'll press and grill. 2.5 minutes later, you have got food ready to enjoy. So quick and easy. And there's also a custom setting, so you can customize based on what you're grilling, how long you want it to grill for, and until it reaches the right temperature. So one of the greatest tools that comes with this Deluxe Grill and Griddle is a temperature probe. So you can make sure that that steak is grilled to your perfect temperature and doneness, but you can also interchange it. So if some people prefer it to be more well done, whereas others prefer closer to the medium, you can control that with that temperature probe and adjust the settings accordingly. Now let's keep this momentum going and help you create the perfect beverage pairing experience with those meals that you are going to start batch cooking right away today. The first tip is to remember, in general terms, red with red and white with white. So generally speaking, your red wines will pair best with your red meats and red tomato-based sauces, whereas white wines will pair best with your white meats and your white creamy garlic-based sauces. But this is not always the case. And that leads us to tip number 2, which is to consider your sides and seasonings. When you're looking for the perfect wine to elevate that meal, you need to look at the entire meal as a whole, not just the main course. For example, if you have a grilled steak, you're generally going to want a dry red wine. If you are serving that grilled steak with grilled veggies, a dry red or a semi-sweet such as a Pinot Noir is also going to work. But if you have that grilled steak with garlic mashed potatoes and honey roasted carrots, you're going to want something sweeter, such as a Pinot Noir if you are a red wine preferred drinker, or you could go with a crisp Riesling that is going to bring that meal all together, even though it includes a red meat. And tip number 3 is to remember that sweet likes heat. So as you are preparing spicy dishes or enjoying the spicier cuisines of Mexican and Indian, you want a sweeter wine to go along with it. Red or white, depending on what you are serving with that meal. Now, if you're ready to learn even more tips and tricks and become the wine tasting guru in your social circle, download your copy of my free basic food and wine pairing guide in the description below and start elevating your meals right away today.